Biden having all of these sort of walls up.
Yeah.
And the walls kept getting higher and higher as the years went on.
This is the biggest scandal in America. And the level and volume of people who dedicated themselves to lying to everyone at home about this man's condition.
Listen, before we even go any further, guys, I want to say CNN has to thank God for Scott Jennings, because he might be the one reason why they're not taking as much of a hit as MSNBC is, because Scott Jennings is making a name out of himself on CNN. He has been demolishing everybody on the panels. He demolishes people, because I've been watching, and this is my first time I'm going to cover this, right? And right now, really, they're talking about the lie that was told to us about Joe Biden, that he was perfectly safe and normal, and he wasn't. We know he wasn't. I was calling this out for years, whatever, but now we're allowed to talk about it, right? It's ridiculous. By the way, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Scott Jennings does not come to play. He will come at anybody. He doesn't care if you're black, white, whatever, and I love it. This is how it should be. Stand by your position. And maybe he's always been this way, but I'm telling you, now we're seeing a lot more of Scott Jennings, and CNN better thank God for him, because I think he's really the only reason why they're not sinking as far as MSNBC is.
For 4 straight years, up through this summer, is breathtaking. It's a scandal of epic proportions, and it's a fair question to ask: who is running the country? Who has been running the country? And as I said earlier, if you're worried about Donald Trump's advisors having influence, for the last 4 years, apparently, this president, duly elected, but this president was not capable of fulfilling the duties of the office. And his staff and the White House lied about it and kept it from the American people. It's an absolute scandal.
It is a scandal. And we also have to add that the media lied about it, too. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't watching CNN. I stopped watching this stuff after a while. I was like, oh, no. I mean, but really, to be honest, after weapons of mass destruction, I stopped watching CNN and a lot of this corporate press anyway. Anyway, but the media was a part of it too, and so it makes you think like, yo, where's the inconvenient truth at? It's right here on this channel, guys. Thank you for watching.
Called oligarchy, plutocracy. There are big fancy college words called oligarchy, plutocracy that folks tonight might want to look up. It's called rule by rich folks. And that's what we're dealing with. A bunch of rich folks, 2 rich people threw a fit online and threw the government upside down. That is not good for America. Now, did the bill go from big to little? What happened is that the bipartisan deal that got struck by elected officials of our country were overthrown by 2 billionaires throwing a fit, and it's not even January.
Scott, what's your take on that?
Well, if Van is concerned about unelected officials running the government, I would invite him to review the last 4 years of the Biden administration and maybe pick up the Wall Street Journal this week. We've apparently had a president that's so diminished that his staff has been hiding it from the American people and making key decisions on behalf of our government, despite never having been elected to anything at all. So if you're concerned about it tonight, maybe take a look over the last 4 years. Look, I think ultimately all's well that ends well. The government did not shut down. We're not in any kind of crisis over the holidays here. And when the Republicans get sworn in January and Trump comes to the office on January the 20th, they're going to have to come together as a team and decide, are we going to work together or not? That's ultimately how you get things done in a legislature.
And I mean, that's true, because if you guys would have looked at the bill, it was like this big. Now it's this big. Now, that doesn't mean I already tell you like that I think that the bill is perfectly safe and fine or whatever. I think that they probably might have left most of the nefarious stuff in there anyway, right? All the money that we're sending to Ukraine, Israel, and everywhere else, right? But at the same time, we should not have bills that are this high coming out the night before they need to get signed, right? So there's that. But Van Jones had to sit there. He had to eat it because, oh, we got other people running the country. Are you really ready for that conversation, Van Jones? Like, is everybody really ready for that conversation? I don't think they're really ready for that conversation. I don't think they're really, really ready for that conversation. Okay, all right, let's get back to it.
We search for a reason and valorize him and make him a hero when he's just a violent criminal who did a violent thing. He's a thug.
We are not searching for a reason to make him a folk hero.
Thank you.
The left is searching for a reason to make him a folk hero.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I knew that guy when I was looking at his face when Scott was breaking down how Joe Biden is basically not really doing anything good. We don't know where he's at. We don't know. You know what? Good for Joe Biden. Good for Joe Biden. Okay, because I have a different take on this. Okay, and while I can't stand what this administration has done to the country in 4 years, especially with the opening of the borders. I think that's the one that I really like because you can see it very clearly. You know, what can I say? The government isn't ran the way that we think it is, and that's a problem. So if we're not going to take everybody down, then what am I supposed to say, right? But I knew this guy was talking about white people and white this and that. Look, he just looks like that kind of guy, like where the white man did this and the white man did that. It's all y'all better find another stick.
Told me that when the tweets started, immediately people from their own district started calling and asking questions about what are you spending my money on? What's going on here? It's not the tweets. It is how people are reacting, and when they find out what's going on in Washington, then they pick up the phone. It's not the tweets, it's the people. So you say it's not about the people. I'm telling you, the people were flooding the congressional offices with calls today. There's something to be said for that being part of the process. And is it a little messy here at night? Fine. I don't have a problem with messiness.
He's killing it. He is. He said it. I mean, that is true. I will say that people have been reaching out to their elected officials a lot more these days. And that's a good thing to see. People are tired of it. Y'all don't woke us up to what it is that y'all do. People are tired of it.
Why is she being bullied?
Why is that wrong?
Why is she being bullied for acknowledging something that's smart, truth, and factual?
Well, a couple things. Number one, whether you're an athlete or anyone else, if I hear you use the phrase "my truth," I immediately then discount everything else you say because there isn't my truth or your truth. There's just the truth. And when you start using phrases like that, it tells me that
That's not true.
Your brain has been captured by something that I don't really respect.
That's not true.
Number two.
That's not true.
Number two, the attention the league got this year was amazing, and it was all because of her. She is an amazing player. The arenas were full when she played in them. The TV ratings were up when she was on television. That's undeniable. But the league still lost like $40 million this year. And it's never made money. And to me, when you're talking about respecting people who built something, what did they build? A league that loses money every year? She has the capacity.
What do you mean, what did they build? What do you mean, what did they build?
What kind of a business did they build?
The reason why it's still up and still running, whether it's losing money or not, is because of these black women who are in this.
No, it's not. They done been there for. Look, okay. So they're talking about that Caitlin Clark girl. Look. I remember when the WNBA was coming out. I think I was about 9 or 10 years old when it was coming out. And I remember thinking, why are they doing this? And I was like 9 or 10. I was like, I really want us to watch girls play basketball. That's always been my thing. I know. You need to play more basketball yourself. Everybody just go ahead and get it out. I don't care, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. But we need to stop this, right? And so apparently this girl was really good. I'm not saying she saved the league. I don't know. I don't watch the thing. But then she came out and said, we have to elevate black women because I'm privileged and they're not. And that makes me look at her funny. To be honest, I wouldn't be there arguing it the way how she is, of course. I'd be like, I don't understand why she felt like she had to victimize black people just to take an award. How long do you guys need white people to save you?
Because of the investors?
No, stop it. You stop it now.
It's not. I was in Dickie's arena.
Who pays for it?
I was in Dickie's arena. Let me just tell you.
It says more about the people who are getting offended by it than
that's what
her.
I think they're just disappointed that she appears to have been captured by the woke mob.
You don't like
She's
the
here's
the disappointment.
It's the white privilege. Let him articulate this because I want to learn something.
I feel a little bad for her because she's going to learn that it will never be enough. No matter how much of the phrasing, no matter how much of the groveling you do, it will never be enough for the people in that league that hate her guts.
Why do you assume
they hate her guts?
Why do you assume that she is trying to pander? Isn't it
because I hear the language. It's the language of the pander. I hear the phrase white privilege. Sports is the one place where nobody on the field has any privilege at all. She doesn't get extra points when she shoots because she's white. She gets the same number of points as anybody else. Sports is the great equalizer, and it just felt like to a lot of people that she was groveling for no reason because she is an amazing player who deserves all the accolades she's getting right now for doing what she's doing.
Well, for me, it wasn't even just the groveling. I just was like, well, I don't think that we even need to talk about, if black people think that this is appropriate for somebody to keep constantly saying that you need to be dragged on up with. Really? They need to put me on CNN because I would be ready for these girls. I would be like, yeah, she sat there and did all that for y'all. And guess what? Next week, y'all going to have a problem with her about something else. Okay, she's crazy. It could never have been me. Like, no, I would have been like, no, I'm not saying this. If I was her friend as a black girl, I'd have been like, you shouldn't say this. I would go on the screen and say, Caitlin Clark, I don't know, they told her to say that about elevating black voices or whatever, and I told her that I thought it was a bad idea because all it does is just your answer to the woke mob. We're going to use this word, the woke mob, and they're still not going to be happy. That's the thing. Just say thank God, thank you, Jesus. That's how you show your gratitude. I don't see anything, because I'm sure she's a Christian, right? So I don't see anything wrong with that. And he's right. Sports, you don't talk about privilege in sports. Sports are dominated by black people, like basketball and the NFL, but nobody makes a big deal about that, right? Like, miss me with it, but girl, like, it is fun watching Scott Jennings make these people angry, make these usual, routine, appropriate leftists on the plantation. I hate doing that too. I don't like doing that all the way, but it's fun to watch him make the woke mob lose their minds. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.